Whoopee-con, hello, I am Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic, you are a sexual wank pheasant, and welcome to all these AEW TF moments from this week's Dynamite. And quite frankly, if you're not sat in your chair at home thinking, by gum, that was a fantastic wrestling show we watched on the TNT last night, you're a numpty. It was another fantastic episode. We don't have to say anything about that opening Iron Man match, just four. There was a couple of fun tag team matches. We had Orange Cassidy and Tony Schiavone providing us with some of the most wholesome content you'll ever see on a professional wrestling show. The Fatal 4-Way with Yuka Sakazaki and that theme and her being funny, that was good as well. And finalement, bloody hell, I don't say that, but we're here anyway. We had Jon Moxley legitimately sticking a nut on Chris Jericho. Thwack he went, twat, goal, blood everywhere. It was fantastic. Hit the bloody intro. WTF! But we're kicking things off with this.
Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank.
Hello and welcome back to Wankety Wank, the section of WTF Moments where you point something out that I have missed on a wrestling show and I give you the credit just in case it's wrong, quite frankly, and I can pass the buck. Thank you to Casey Atkins for pointing that out there, wherever it is on the screen, in the shadows of Kansas City. In the words of War Geordie PAC, whoa, he did a pure massive brainbuster off the top rope, like what a complete Raj packet, ha ha. Roughly translated back into English, of course, as wow, he did a really gnarly brainbuster off the top rope. The utter madness of that scallywag, ha ha. But just look at the way Kenny Omega has landed there and try and tell me that's not a WTF moment, because if you do, you're a numpty. Jim Ross sounds really condescending most of the time these days, that much we know. And it's a weird thing for me to say, presenting this video like I am now, but the point still stands. And I let him off for doing this on last week's Dynamite, but I heard it this week and I said, that's enough, Jim, that's enough. When he sat there during that PAC versus Kenny Omega match and said, well, if the Tiger Driver 98 won't get you, what will? I want it to push me fingers in Timmy Barbecue sauce. Just imagine, Jim, I know you're watching these videos, everyone watches these videos, don't they? If you were sat on commentary and somebody next to you said, well, this match must be some kind of slobber knocker, whatever one of those is, you'd be pissed off, wouldn't you, Jim? So stop doing it for other things, right? Aye. Two Cultaholic signs as far as I could see it this week's Dynamite in the shadows of Kansas City. Thank you goes to Cole Brits and that random assailant on the hard cam. Thank you for spreading the good name of Cultaholic throughout the AEW universe, if it's even a thing. Who knows? Chris Statlander. In the words of War Geordie PAC once again, whoa, he did a pure massive Falcon Arrow off the apron, the bloody doilum, ha. And just in case you don't know the Geordie dialect, that is roughly translated back into English as wow. PAC did a big Vulcan Arrow off the apron to the floor, that bloody idiot. But on a more serious note, I'm sat there watching this move from PAC and thinking, surely, if you land from that height on your arse, it's going to hurt you a lot more than a person who lands flat on their back and can spread their weight from the same height, is it not? And after that particular deal was done by PAC to Kenny Omega from the apron to the floor, the commentators were like, well, this professional wrestling malarkey, it's not ballet, is it? It's not ballet, is it? It's not ballet, is it, commentators? Look at the state of those ballet dancers' feet, man. I'm sticking up for these ballet dancers once again because they don't kill their toots. Toots? What? Feet. Feet. They don't kill their feet for comments like that. You should be saying, oh, this isn't pillow fighting. Oh, this isn't toddlers rolling around in a soft play area. That would be more fitting. Go on, the ballet dancers. I've got your backs. And after we saw that there, Jim Ross said, where else in AEW are we going to see this kind of insanity? And I was thinking, Jim, like 80%, maybe even 85% of the AEW roster can do a shooting star press from the top rope through a table on the floor and would do a shooting star press from the top rope through a table to the floor. So the answer is quite a lot of places, I reckon. And in the words of War Geordie PAC for the last time in this video, because I know it's getting on your tits, he was like, whoa, that pure knacker has lifted me up for a one-winged angel of the North like, but watch me wreck the mic, watch me wreck the mic, watch me wreck the mic, psych, and I turned it into a pure reverse Rana, because I'm a ledge like. Roughly translated, of course, as Kenny Omega was in the process of lifting up PAC for a one-winged angel, and PAC was like, no way, Jose, and turned it into a reverse Rana in one motion. Wow, what a maneuver, and wow, what an opening match. Not all WTF moments have to be negative. Direct quote from Jim Ross once again when he said PAC is one of the great stars in our entire business anywhere in the world. He has great respect. He's earned it. And I know you're thinking, but Ross, what the hell's wrong with that statement? But when Jim Ross said that, I don't know what happened inside my head, but I had a sudden flashback to Enzo pissing Amore, beating PAC or Neville, whoever, in the middle of the ring and thinking, oh, there's one section of the world, Jim Ross, who clearly does not respect PAC/Neville. Neville. Neville level. And that section of the world, Jim Ross, is New York. That's what the old timers call the WWF, isn't it? What the f*** are you doing, ha ha? Said War Geordie PAC quite clearly for the world to hear, as Tony Schiavone hadn't taken that microphone down far enough to get his voice out of reach of said microphone. We heard you, PAC. Slap on the wrist for ye. Big Dick Tony, you're at full mast, son. We all know when you're doing Orange Cassidy's weird thumb thing, you only need to have a semi on, not a full Jeff Cobb on. Top tier content. And we've got to make it a WTF moment because finally the penny has dropped with All Elite Wrestling. They played Yuka Sakazaki's theme for her entrance because, of course, last time when we saw Yuka in an AEW ring, they played that horrible, crappy version of her theme for her entrance before playing the actual proper, bona fide Yuka Sakazaki theme for the walkout bit. It's about bloody time that theme is her full-time theme. That other theme should never have been her theme to begin with. And since it's taken this long for the powers that be to realise that Yuka Sakazaki's theme is an utter banger, we've got to run away, haven't we? The end is nigh, the end is nigh, time to run away, the end is nigh, nigh. Christopher Daniels, you will truly find out that you are now obsolete, you big sexy bastard evil Uno. What you doing, eh? You mean to say, sexy svelte evil Uno, that Christopher Daniels will, in the not too distant future, fade away and classify himself as obsolete? Where have I heard that before? And then we got to the moment of the night when these two lasses were making their way down to the ring, when several men with cameras and with scales were setting up the weigh-in inside the ring. Jim Ross, our beloved Jim Ross, forgot his microphone was turned on. But while Jim Ross was forgetting his microphone was indeed still turned on, he said, holy shit, what's that? But the way he said that was like when you've gone out for a meal, you've placed your order, you're waiting for your food, your belly's rumbling, but you see the table next door to you has ordered something that looks amazing and you're regretting it. What the hell's that, you're saying? Somebody then must have replied to Jim Ross in his ear, to which he then replied to that, oh, I thought we had marks in the ring. Goddamn, JR. And again, I'm stood here on these videos telling you, if you have access to Fight TV and choose not to watch it, missing out on gems like that, once more, you're a numpty. Just watch, it's great. Whoa, look at those scales, that man is obviously saying, while discreetly taking a picture of that side of the ring. We can see what you're doing, you dirty bugger. And now it's time for this once again.
Wankety wank, wankety wank. Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank.
Hello and welcome back to Wankety Wank, and this time I have no idea what this thing around here means, but Adam Webber appears to know what he's talking about, and since he watches these videos, he's clearly a trustworthy man. If he's wrong, attack him. Last week, of course, on AEW Dynamite, we learned that Jim Ross, he loved the cake. My God, he loved the cake. And wouldn't you just know it, for the second week in a row, Jim Ross has come out with an absolute corker of a line on commentary, which proves that he is still, indeed, Jim effing Ross. When Jim effing Ross said the following: for the love of God, stay away from the Dippin' Dots. he's never sounded more passionate about anything in his life ever than he was there for those damn Dippin' Dots. And then when the show came to a close, was anybody else thinking, where the hell was MJF during this week's call on Dynamite? Of course, as we all know, one of the stipulations for the Cody versus MJF match happening on Saturday at Revolution is Cody not laying a hand on MJF. So I was thinking, why the hell was MJF not trying everything in the world to get Cody to try and knock him out? Because if he did, and Cody did so, the match would be off, and MJF would save himself a little arse whooping. Unless, of course, he stopped being a chicken poo heel and grown a set of meaty clackers, which there is a good chance it happened as well, so... And we've got to end with this match graphic here. That's a match that's happening, and I very excited. Wah wah wee wah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. And if you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe and join us.